Of May 6th. If everybody would please stand, take off their hats, we'll do the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Again, welcome everybody. And I promise you at the end of this meeting, we will answer questions, okay?
Roll call.
Roll call of officers. Kerry Levon. Here. Brian Kennedy.
Here.
Terry Perillo. Here. Jim Reinhardt.
Here.
And Jerry Parks.
Here.
Okay, we have a quorum.
Absent is Ray Bauer and Dave Owens.
Correct. All right. Reading of our minutes from the, I think it was the March 26th meeting. At this time, I would call for to accept the minutes as printed.
I accept the minutes.
Minutes, Jim opposed the motion, Brian seconded them. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Minutes pass. Reports. This has been pretty hectic around here the last week or so. There's been a lot going on. It's springtime. Everybody's anxious to get into it.
We have to do this. We have to do the nomination of officers.
Before we get into our reports?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, I guess we have to do the nomination for the officers that we just elected at the last meeting. Now, we have to nominate or elect them all to any position that they wish to run for. So it will be all 4 officers, and then there will be committees for other ones. So we will take nominations from the board for president.
I'll nominate Terry Perillo for president.
Motion made and seconded by Brian and seconded by Jerry. Any others? All right, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? All right. For vice president, I'll nominate Dave Owens.
I second it.
Terry nominated Dave. Kerry seconded. Any others? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay. Secretary Treasurer.
Nominate Jim Reinhardt.
Motion made by Brian and seconded by Jerry for Jim Reinhardt as Secretary Treasurer. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay. Now, normally we nominate different people to different posts such as maintenance, dances, security, and this is going to all be handled by the park manager now. So he will appoint the people to those positions instead of the board electing them. All right? They're still board members, their vote counts just like every other board members, you know, but they will be reporting to the park manager on their specific areas. So Brian might be able to fill you in more on that.
You got your appointments, Brian?
Terry for security. Terry for recreation. And as a board member, I would do special events with Carrie, and I'll do rec with, we're gonna share the special events rec committee.
All right, very good,
We got,
thank you.
rules and regulations,
Rules and regulations will be you.
okay, and then we have,
We used to do maintenance of buildings, but that all falls under park manager now,
Yeah.
as a direct report, so we don't need
Okay.
that anymore. Yeah. And the board, I mean, Jerry's gonna be rules and regs, I'm working with rules and regs.
yeah,
Gary's welcome to work with rules and regs,
everybody's welcome.
everybody, so.
Let me see.
Can you talk a little louder than the noise I can hear in the back here?
Okay.
Sorry,
That's okay.
So, security will be Jerry, Carrie and I as board members are gonna share the special events rec. Jim's gonna do, the rules and regs committee, but it's the board that works on the rules and regs committee together. So, but he'll be the head of it.
thank you.
That's Jim, the secretary and treasurer.
Okay, Dave Owens is not here. Ray Bauer is not here, no report. Jim, I know you have a treasurer's report.
Balance on hand as of December 21st of 2022 was $175,135.97. That's also has, part of it is a part of a loan for the repairs that are being done outside that building that's still in that account. We are, the bank accounts and everything are under investigation right now. So we don't know what the true balances are on that until the investigation's done. And that's being done by an accounting firm at this time. Can't answer any more questions on that. Deposits for January of 2023, $450,264.37. Expenditures for January was $158,781.55. February's deposits, $246,732.24. February's expenses, $134,315.68. March deposits, $359,431.94. March expenditures, $256,592.92. April's deposits, $143,532. Total deposits for 2023 as of today is $1,199,960.55. Expenditures for April was $226,952.31. Total expenditures for 2023 to date is $776,642.46. Need somebody to accept it?
We have a motion to accept it. Jerry Parks. Seconded by Brian Kennedy. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
Jerry, under security?
Yes, hi everybody. Couple things. Remember your stickers have to be updated. We need, there's a lot of people come in here that sold and they come through with no sticker. That's why we do our stickers over here to make sure we know who's where and where it's supposed to be, and if something happens, we can locate you. Another thing is bright lights in this park. we have so many people leaving LED lights on bright. It's not fair to your neighbors and stuff. If you're here, cool, you have a party, if you're not out there, come on, because some of these places look like highways, you know. Last weekend I was out there, there's been people up here not here all year round. I've been unplugging their lights because they're disturbing the neighbors. It's terrible. And we got a big plan, year plan this year, a lot of new events, a lot of new activities. We always need volunteers, we need people to watch their speed. Let us know, you see something that's going on that's wrong, call the garbage act, let us know, you know. For us, everything is great, we're gonna have a great year, I'm looking forward to it. But we need volunteers, so anyway, if you got an hour, 3 hours, a whole day, come see these guys, come up to any board member, tell them you'd like to help out. If you have any ideas or something, let us know. You know, we're all one big family here. Look out for each other. You know, we got seniors walking on these streets, kids playing stuff. We don't want nobody getting hurt. You know, and especially riding in your cars. There's no hanging off tailgates and stuff because I've seen people fall off. I've seen people accidentally get hurt. You know, we want everybody to come here and have a good, safe night. It's a family park for all ages, and we're gonna do our best to accommodate you. You know, we're like your camp counselors. We want you to stay have a good time when you're out here, but we want everybody to be safe. So just make sure you get those stickers, and that's all.
Okay, thank you, Jerry. Carrie, live on.
We're 3 weeks away from Labor Day,
Memorial.
Memorial Day, on rest of the season. Anyway, if you guys got any suggestions, bring them up. I'm very open to a lot of our things. We plan on doing a lot more stuff in the park. And I just want to welcome you all back, and hopefully we go with a rah and let's see what happens this year. Thanks, you guys.
Thanks, Gary.
Thanks, Gary.
Special events, maintenance, and pretty much everything else. Brian?
One thing relating to kind of security and everything, we get asked a lot, hey, I'm bringing a trailer in. I gotta move a trailer. I've got deliveries coming. If we could try to keep that Monday through Thursday, that would be ideal. Because Friday, the park starts to get busy, Saturdays and Sundays, there's kids everywhere. So we definitely don't want trailers being moved on the weekends. But even your deliveries for larger stuff, where bigger trucks are coming in, if we could try to keep that Monday through Thursday, that would be great for all lot owners and the kids. Outside of that, our maintenance has been working their tails off. We're cutting back overgrowth along roadways, repairing and replacing fences at the stables. The pond aerators are back in for the season. Some of the boardwalk out here has been repaired. We've built a portable stage for our events. One of them coming up is West Fest. We'll have that down here, and the bands will be playing off of that. We're going to be using it in some of our other events. It was built off of a trailer frame that was donated to us by Aaron Miller with Miller Trees. So we're thankful for that. Quick update on the pool. She kind of touched on it, but work's continuing out here at the pool. Again, this time of year, it's weather permitting. We're always freaking out. My background, I ran cities and oversaw pools for years. And this was always like the time we dreaded because you hope that weather's on your side. So we're sitting pretty good now. The biggest thing we need to make sure of for the finishing process is that we have 55 and above for loads. That's what we need. So if everybody can do their little dance, or whatever it is, to make sure it's the lows that are key, because that's what makes the product dry and cure so we can get water in it. So we just started seeing those the past couple of days where the lows were above 55. So let's keep hoping that we see nice weather. Yes, because we all want our pools open, and the contractor wants to be able to finish this up and get out of here. So with that, we've got a lot of great events, great new bands, some new bands scheduled for this season. Volunteers, can't say that enough. If you can give us time, we'd greatly appreciate it. And I just want to touch, there's been a lot of people asking about the cafe. It is under new management. The company is called Crave Belly. They currently have a location in the Lockport VFW. They also have a food truck that they run. They're going to be taking over the cafe. They've already signed the lease. Health department's passed, everything else. So They're ready to open. Their tentative opening date is Memorial Day weekend. They are going to have their food truck up on, for sure, Saturday's banned, so everybody can dance and have a good time and get their flavor and taste some products and see what we can do. But we think it's going to be a good thing for the park. Anything else with the food truck guy? I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it's gonna be good, so, he's all over the place, him and his partner locally, they do a lot of the Amazon warehouse stuff, and I think it's gonna be good.
Part of our agreement with him too, so you know, he has to take debit and credit cards.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so that's the biggest problem that we've been hearing.
Hours, he's going to get a feel for his hours based on need, right, to get it open. He doesn't wanna just come in and dump a bunch of staff and all that, and then find out that he's upside down, and then he's gotta, close it, and so that makes business sense. So he's gonna build his hours for us, on an on-demand basis, so that's gonna rely on you guys as lot owners. Support him. The more you support him, the more his hours are gonna increase. So, yeah. And he's going to, I'm working with him, we do the Friday night fires. We're working with him to stay open and kind of help cater a little bit to the Friday night fire crew for a little bit. And we're also in discussion, and he's gonna feel it out about doing deliveries for the lots. So that'll be nice, especially if you've enjoyed your campfire a little too much. You probably shouldn't be driving up to the cafe. You can have them. We'll call it Uber Eats out here, and they can run it over to your lot. So.
You can't help that. Sorry, thank you. Oh, Goober?
Goober.
Oh, I think so. I'm such a Goober.
Yeah. So, that's all I have.
Garden?
Oh, Garden Club. There's a couple of members in here. If you want to get involved, the Garden Club has a Facebook page. It's growing. They're doing a phenomenal job. They're cleaning up the beds. Our maintenance guys just cleaned the pond out front. As many of you, hopefully all of you have seen, there's a wagon sitting out in front now when you come in, an old wagon. That's going to get landscaped around. So we got a garden club. We have a shed up here now that we've turned into to use for them. And if you guys have donations, hand tools, time, want to come out and just help, get on the Facebook page for the Woodsmoke Garden Club. Join it. That's where they post the dates. We try to share them across the other platforms, but that's the main point of information. And we're looking for people during the week to simply just water. So even if you're like, I don't want to get out on your hands and knees and plant, if you can just come out 1 or 2 days a week and just help water the things that are around there, that would be greatly appreciated. So there's all different aspects of volunteering. So we ask that you guys get involved. There's a sign out front of the office already talking about the garden club with a QR code. You can scan that, it'll take you right to your Facebook page. We're still working with the company for the condo property management software, so we're going to be launching that coming up here. That'll give you all you guys portals, that'll become our new means of communication and everything else. So just kind of follow along and stay tuned for that.
The other thing I'm sorry, go ahead.
One more thing, don't forget to support Woody's Farm Stand and the Corrigan people when they're out here.
Yes. Oh, and Corrigan is going to, they're sponsoring a Memorial Day cookout for our vets. So they're donating the meats this year.
Oh, cool.
For all of our vets that are here in the park. So that's a great thing. So, yep.
Veterans sign up in the office so you could be recognized on
Yeah.
Memorial Day.
Yep. And Aaron Miller, again, he's helped us out a lot. He brought some stumps for the garden club, and he came out and he painted a flagpole for us, all at no charge, just to give back to the park. So that beat one of us trying to climb the flagpole.
It's going to be Jerry.
She might have found you hanging on it when you pulled in.
Yeah.
One other thing I usually get asked, and maybe it would come up, but as far as the solar field, we are waiting on Edison to do their job of bringing the three-phase power here still. We have a meeting next Friday with the solar people to see what's going on, when are they going to start. They're really waiting on Edison. That's the main thing, but we expect them to be going pretty soon on everything too, now that the weather has changed and everything. So, I don't think there's any old business, under new business.
Make a motion to adopt Brian Canada's contract for permanent, 2-year contract for a permanent park manager. We do not discuss salaries or any benefits that are in that, but it's a good one for him, and us too.
Okay, motion made, I'll second it.
I abstain.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. All right. Do we have anything else?
Is that's full-time?
That is a full-time,
So he'll be here every day?
every day. Well,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's, how did we put it? 2,080 hours a year. And he will be working a lot more than that, and there's no overtime. This is part of his job. It's in the summertime, he's gonna really be busy. So you will see him day and night around the park in the summertime. So,
He'll be running day-to-day operations.
yep.
He will be in charge of basically the park. And he'll only report to the board. Yes, he is a board member, we did send that out. And it is all 100% legal. The conflict of interest is not there because he's not any one of the officers. Any voting that he'll be doing will not have anything to do with the park manager or his job title. So he will not be able to, you'll see once in a while, he will have to leave. Because if we're talking on any business that has to do with him, he will have to leave the meeting and he'll have to come back. And that's all been checked out by the attorneys and the laws. Okay, so if anybody's got questions on that, you can come and ask us at any time. Yes. If you look up, have we put it on the new website, the new email addresses for everybody?
No, not yet, we're gonna be working on it.
So we've updated our telephone system, and we were forced to upgrade our computer system through whatever, we had to go to the cloud. So we're all on cloud 9 now, guys.
Don't we have,
Or 8, or 7.
Because we don't get to see him, if you leave us a message, we are putting our emails out there, if you want me, Carrie, or somebody got concerned, email us, and help us communicate better with everybody here. We're trying to get better communication with everybody here.
And it'll be a little bit easier once we go to the software management. That'll all be part of that software management. But in the meantime, right now, Brian is, he's actually running the website and everything else right now. So he'll update it and get some things out. If you got any questions or concerns, he's the manager. Bombard him.
And my email's brianc@woodsmokeranch.com. Every one of us, it's our first name, first name, first initial of last name, except for Terry. He is just Terry. Just Terry. Terry at Woodsmoke. Yeah, he had one.
Is it Brian, period?
No period, just Brian C., Carrie L., Jerry P., Jim R. at woodsmokeranch.com.
Is that the only way you're gonna communicate with everybody in the park? A lot of the older elderly people in the park, they don't do the
Right, it's just
Facebook or
like easy, in
computers
case
or-
you see us, instead of going through the office, leaving us a message
Right.
or calling us.
Yeah.
just
You
give
can
us
still call the office.
There's a lot of people, I've got a smartphone, I don't do that email Bradford and none of that shit on my phone.
Well,
You know, I don't live on my phone.
You've never had a problem getting a hold of us, and now you're not gonna afterwards either.
Well, I know, I
Yeah.
know where you all live, so.
no,
But I'm just saying, for the
Yeah.
elderly people, a lot of them don't have computers, they don't know how to use their smartphones, you know.
You'd
like
be
you-
surprised how much of that COVID changed.
I'm sorry.
You'd be surprised how much of that COVID changed. When everything went on a lockdown, everybody was FaceTiming their grandkids, talking on email.
Yeah.
So COVID changed a lot.
There's a lot of them that still won't.
And Brian's got a direct phone line in there too, so when you call, they'll send it over to
If you
him.
call, listen to the messages, park managers and selection.
No, is it not? Okay, good.
Yeah.
So call him too. He likes to hear from people.
Okay,
message,
with,
it auto forwards to Jim's
yeah,
phone, so.
so, with all the business being handled, it is a time for you to ask questions now, and we'll,
Yes, I'm sorry.
oh, yeah,
I make a motion to pass the amendment number 2 of the pool contract.
Or, contract for,
Yeah, for what?
The pool contract,
oh, pool, oh.
the swimming pool contracts, what it's for is a payout situation. And because it's under contract, we don't talk about it. But that's it. So that would be the first one.
How do we come up with all these?
Yeah, that we don't talk about.
Nobody has a price on anything. They create it, nothing.
It's not.
all right, hold on, this is not an open meeting right now while we're discussing,
Amendment,
amendment to a motion,
amendment for number 2.
yeah, so, Jerry motioned it,
That's second. I first, he seconded.
okay, all right, motion made and seconded, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Make a second motion, that we pay out the $6,700 extra charge for the swimming pool repairs because we had to take out, we had 40 feet of deck rail that had to be replaced. We ended up taking out 185 feet of deck rail. The pool contractor
It was
is,
in the gutter line, it's the gutter line of the pool. When they started taking the paint off, it wasn't just paint, it was chunks of concrete that were falling off with it. That, just like many homes, you don't know until you start to remove it and you realize it's not the paint, it's concrete coming too.
we're paying only for the
Material.
material,
Yeah,
no
only for
labor
material.
charge. That's my motion.
I second that.
Made by Jim, motion made by Jim Reinhardt and seconded by Brian Kennedy. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
So what they do, patch the concrete in the pool?
I hate to use the term Bondo, because I hate the Bondo, but it's a very amazing product that's out there. It's called Sandy Tread, that you use. It's basically Bondo for pools, but I hear Bondo, I'm a car guy, and it like turns me away. It's not that, but it's kind of like that. If you had drywall putty, or nail hole, that's what that is out there. When you look out there, there's like a bluish, and then some of it's turning gray, because that's the final coat that goes over it. But that's stronger than concrete could ever be. And it's got like an etching binding agent, so it gets into the existing concrete and creates one unit.
Okay. Now we can open to questions. Yes. Now you have to say your lot number and your name.
Okay, so I'm Pam Yeager in 1037, and you were talking about solar panels. Well, I want to say this is a solar panel. We have a Bible study. That we.
She's a what?
A soul, like soul, like religious soul.
Yeah. And so we, with a few other ladies, we get together once a week.
And
we
it's
smoke.
so wonderful.
It really is great. We get to talk about life issues and, you know. how
And we
it's fun.
support each other.
Yeah, we support each other. It's really a good thing, so I hope to see that.
That's all you're asking.
Like
Oh,
Chris,
they don't need a vote.
Chris Pratt, 1397. In previous meetings, there was discussion with the machines. Is that still tabled for this year?
Machines.
Gambling
The
machines.
And, you know, you talked about, you know, putting in machines, the slots and,
Yeah.
gaming machines.
Yeah.
That's still tabled as of right now?
As of right now, it is. We
Okay.
haven't reopened it yet.
answer your question on the addendum?
No, you went with the money, you said it, I just
Okay.
listened to hear.
But the first one was a payout. Okay, how we're paying them out. That's all it is.
The dollar amount for the contract didn't change, it's the adjustment of how we're gonna
You explained it.
handle
Thank you.
finances.
Yeah.
More questions?
Bob Reinhardt, 1431. Special assessment for the polls, how's that working? Do we have any updates on what I gotta pay you?
That,
That's not good, we laugh.
Well, yeah, you gotta pay us, yes.
Yeah, I know, I just, you know.
We didn't want it to come out the same time the billing, so now we will be sending that out in the next 2 weeks. We will send out the notice of it, and then we still have to decide how much time we're gonna say you got to pay it, but.
Do we have a rough amount? So people
It's-
can kind of,
Well, again, it's by category,
right,
yeah. So it's $300,000
okay.
by category. So we will
I
send
can't
you the
even
bill.
figure out the percentage now.
Yeah, we'll send you the bill for what you owe. So,
Okay.
yeah,
I'm sure a lot of people are curious about that one.
yeah.
We were trying to offset it because the dues and
No, I-
everything else, so we're trying to.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
I hope it's just not one lump sum payment. I hope it's broken up into either months or quarterly or something that, you know, instead of just you owe this amount of money.
Yeah, we're still gonna get on that.
So, to go kind of back to that a little bit, with the different, categories of lots.
Yes.
Right, so when's the last time those have been assessed, like to see if there could be any changes?
It's done
We
every single board meeting, every single day that we answer our phone. We cannot change any of the assessments on that, on
I'm not asking you
the
to
percentages.
assessments, what I'm asking is, when's the last time the lots were reviewed? And
Pinned?
different categories?
By the county?
By the
They-
categories.
they-
By
are-
whoever's.
We can't change any of that.
No.
The county
Categories
can change
will-
your taxes.
County categories?
No,
The
no.
owner, the developer, categorized the place in this big, long discussion. If you could find out why he did it this way and how he did it, he's dead.
Yeah, he is dead.
He's dead. You would have the $1,000,000 question answered. We don't have the answer for you because there's categories 5s and 6s in between and 1's over to the right one. It's hard to say.
Okay, is there a map that outlines what categories are what, or?
There is in the office.
Oh, okay.
It's not, you're not gonna like it.
But it's nothing that can be done to change it. It takes 100% of the vote of the lot owners to change it. So,
Never happened.
I have a question on that. Where in the book does it say 100%? Because we looked through our bylaws, and we cannot find it anywhere that it says 100%.
yeah, it does. It's,
100% where?
They need 100% votes to change it.
Of ownership.
We read the book, the little round book.
It's not in our bylaws. It's in the state of Illinois Condominium Association Act of 2023.
Okay.
So then, to back up kind of a little bit on that, when in the last board meeting, you stated that it was 28,000 some odd dollars to have.
28,000?
$463 and whatever cents, but we were told that was to register pins. So to register pins, there's no cost to that. So after following up with the assessor's office, it was determined that the covenants were redone and all these pin numbers had to be added to the covenants.
Whenever we do we're supposed to redo our constitution every 4 or 5 years, all right? We haven't done it in 40 years. So this is the first time we did it, and we were surprised as anybody else when they told us by having this all done, now they have to readjust everything on their end. It doesn't change anything to ours, but they have a formula for paying.
Oh, yeah, I called
Yeah,
to find out
so
that. How does how it works?
In Cook County, this would have cost us probably $1,500. But out here in LaSalle County, according to our attorney who does this,
So who is our attorney?
Michael Schifrin,
Okay, and is he able to come to one of these meetings maybe at some point?
If
Just so
you
we
wanna
can
pay
get
for him
better
to come,
understanding
sure.
of, like, some of the things that are going
Say
on.
that's going on now.
yeah.
Well, that would be a charge because he's out of Chicago, so we have to pay him to travel here. And it's a Sunday, so we're gonna pay him his fee. What did he say his fee was on Sunday?
$385 an hour.
$385 an hour on Sunday.
Okay, so maybe if it's money well spent for an hour, for him to come and maybe answer
Not
questions
just the
that.
hour, the travel time too.
Just travel time from Chicago to here and back.
But then when you get to the actual
Probably be paying
answers,
them 4 hours.
you know, and I'm not saying that you're not, but some people might not understand what they're saying and they're afraid to answer.
Well, if you don't understand what we're saying, I don't know,
You're gonna
when an attorney talks, if you're gonna understand them more. But
I just have a question, I'm about 194. The pool, I was under the understanding that there was 300,000 allocated for the pool, set aside to repair the pools.
there's 300,000 for a special assessment for the pools. So that means nobody has, that 300,000 has to be divided up amongst all the lot owners and then billed. That's what special assessments are. So everybody will pay their fair share under the condo association rule that it has to be done by what category you're in. Everything we do with the lot owners has to be done that way.
I mean, can you give us some kind of idea, is it gonna be, a couple $100, is it gonna be 1,000?
So I'll just say that,
Just a rough idea.
keep in mind categories, right? Categories change everything. But if we had no categories and everybody, we just divided by 1485, you're looking at, I think it's $202 a lot.
So that's
300,000
for
Okay.
two pools, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
4 pools, no, 300,000 total. But that's
Two
not
kids.
your price, because the categories, but if you divide it by 1485, I think it's 202, a lot. So, that's gonna change, it's gonna go whatever, 160 something, 225 or whatever, based off your category.
Now, is that just gonna be a one-time fee?
It's a special assessment.
Yes.
One time.
That's it? I mean, even with the pool company, we're paying a pool company for the lifeguards and all that, to take care of.
That has nothing to do with that 300,000 is for repairs.
So how do we pay the pool company now?
If we can,
For the lifeguard?
hold it,
Hey guys, if you could, hang on.
if one person could talk at a time, please.
I'm changing the subject a little bit. I'm Patty from Lot 331. I'm just concerned at all of the places that are just going to ruin. And I know I've read through the bylaws and it says you have to keep this neat, you have to keep that done. And I mean, there's a place on my way where there's the ceiling, again, I brought it up last year, the ceiling's caved in. Why aren't we following through with getting rid of these junky places?
We are, and that one there is in bankruptcy. So it takes our attorney 90 days with 3 different meetings to clear that so we can do something. So this is what we run into. It's not just a matter of going out there and saying, your lot looks dirty, we're gonna take it down. It all has to be done by the law. And the bankruptcy threw us off.
Are you finding people that are just letting the things go to ruin?
Well, they're not taking care of their lots, so therefore, we can fine them all we want, they're not gonna pay it. And sometimes it takes for it to go into, not foreclosure, but tax, when they don't pay their taxes. Then a tax buyer buys them, and we buy them back from the tax buyer.
I've been here, this is, I think, my 4th summer, and some of the same houses are still.
Tax sales take years. If they're
And everything takes time, and we're a lot more focused on it in the past year than we have been. And we're addressing all of those issues. We want to make this place better. We have new ways that we can go after those who aren't paying their dues, that are new to us. So all of those options are now actually being seen through.
But
So-
also, people have hard times too, and we work with them too.
Yeah, if somebody contacts us and say, I'm trying, they're making an effort, we do, we work with them, because you'd want that for any of you. You might say, I don't ever need that, never say never, But,
It does take time, because I've been through it.
yeah,
With my lot next door to me, and it took me 6 years before everything was,
Yeah.
I got title of deed and everything else.
I think it's bad now, wait with your new neighbors.
Just,
That was a mistake.
real simple, guys. It's $350 for our attorney to draw up the paperwork, just to put it in the beginning.
Yeah.
It's $350 just to start the paperwork. And then we have to pay them on that. Can we collect it? Well, they're not taking care of that. They're not gonna take care of that $350. So it does cost every one of us because that person is neglectful, and it hurts.
And keep, if it's a neglected lot, it's probably a lot that's also past due.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Things go.
So Jeanette, Young 104, we did the survey monkey about like what we want to see here, or is there consideration for the dog park?
We have the survey's over, we've had the results with everything going on this season. That results were to help us plan, like throughout this year, for the future years. That wasn't a survey to like start going this year, because the survey was in the spring, our money's already been budgeted for.
Okay.
So that's to help guide our budget going forward.
Yeah, because I own a little dog.
Sure.
And it'd be nice to have him be able to run around somewhere that, you know, he won't get attacked by.
Right. Keep in mind, yeah, the dog park doesn't stop that. It just-
Please, please. It's hard to hear if everybody's talking.
Yeah, I just wanted to know, because like I said, you know, when it comes to summer,
Yeah.
I want to be able to let him go and run around somewhere, safe.
Yeah, no, absolutely. The survey is to help guide us in the future as we plan and budget for things, to see where you guys, as the lot owners, want your money to go. That was the whole reason for that. It's, back in my world from the city, it was kind of like starting a capital improvement plan, and you start, surveys of the residents, so.
I didn't hear like results from that, so I was just kind of trying to figure out where that was at.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions?
Are we able to get an itemized list of the pool types
An itemized list of the,
of the bill, the contract,
The-
the proposal, anything related to it?
yes. Yes,
Yeah, we can do
yes,
it.
yes.
You can do it, you gotta come in, you gotta fill out, paperwork so that we can get it for you. Okay?
Yeah.
So the emails that we sent back.
Emails going into that, that's not the way it has, you know what, there's a form that you have to fill out, and I don't know offhand, I'll get that number from the attorney on Monday, and we'll get that form set up, and then you can come in and file for it. And remember, anything that's, has multiple on it, that is chargeable, so if you want them, I understand. I just have to warn you that there will be a charge of some type on that. I don't know how much it is. It's not a big contract.
So even just to get the proposal, like, there's a fee to get a copy
Yep.
of what we're paying.
Yes,
So we're already paying, okay, gotcha.
yes.
Great.
I just have one more question.
Yeah.
The expenditures that you talk about, we pay out a month or what have you, is there a list that's available to us to see where, like, what the electric costs, what the phone bills cost, what?
So,
It's in our
so
budget.
on?
kind of like pairing off of what she said a little bit for what she's asking for in this.
Yeah,
One of the big reasons for moving forward with this property management software that we're trying to get out there, that's the stuff, right now we have no way to keep non-owners from seeing it. It's not their right. If you don't own here, you don't have the right to see any of that. And that might sound like who cares? It does care, because when people are bidding on things, or looking at things, or evaluating, or insurance companies, that's all, that's giving them free work, that's not, you don't want to do that. You want to protect that you're not going to put your bank account out on the Facebook.
well, no, I mean,
So-
us as lot owners.
So that's a big reason for this property management. We've never had an outlet to put things to increase transparency. And we need to increase transparency for everybody. So by going forward with this property management software, that's going to, once that's implemented, all that stuff will be up there. The contracts, we'll be putting because that's you. Now, if you care to, if you give your username and password to somebody else, that's on you.
No,
But that gives you, the owner, the right to see that stuff. And it gives us an outlet for it that protects it.
Okay, and I was just curious.
We will be putting expenditures out.
Yeah, just to see what,
Correct.
what do we pay everybody? I mean,
And
if all our
right
dues
now-
pays the bill.
Just so you know, right now, the last 2 years of our expenditures are sitting in an accounting firm.
Yeah.
And we cannot gain access to it, we cannot let it release
I
it
understand that.
at this time. Okay?
And we do not have the right to know the salary of employees that we're paying for?
No.
So I know at the last board meeting you also said that when it came to property manager, or building manager, whatever we're gonna call it, was that the attorney said we had to vote on it. So did that change?
No, we did send out a paperwork announcing that the park manager was up for consideration, and you had, it's spelt it out in there, I think it was
20 days.
20 days to have 20% of the ownership sign a petition, and then get a meeting, we would offer a meeting, and you needed 20% of the people voting in that, or 66 and a third people voting in there to either vote for it or against it, or otherwise it just goes in effect as a board agenda
So
item.
when was that sent out?
Yeah, I don't think it
It was sent out,
April 15th? April 15th.
through email or in the mail?
both. If you're on the email list, we sent it by email, and if you're on the mail list, we sent them out by mail. Right?
With the ballots.
Oh, with the ballots, they were in with the ballots,
Oh, okay, okay.
yeah.
I didn't get that, so, okay. So going back to the,
You know what, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to think, man, can I get your name? You've talked a lot, I know, but I didn't get your name.
It's you.
Thank you.
I know there's not a lot you can say about the, embezzlement and whatnot. How were the financials approved? I saw like when they did like the accounting method or whatever, it was approved and we were found to be sound. And here we are, so many months later and we're not.
Okay, so that is an investigation,
No, I understand that.
and I cannot comment on that at this time. It's not that I don't want to talk to you.
We're gonna get answers to
Yeah.
every one of you.
You guys will all find out, and you have the right to find out. But as per our attorney, until the investigation is done, we cannot. And again, there's multiple layers of people that we are working with. We do not control on how fast this investigation goes on.
Yeah.
It is in with the
State's
state's attorneys from LaSalle. It's in with the sheriffs from LaSalle. It's in with an accounting firm from Morris. And this is the way we are instructed by our attorney to follow. We are hoping this would have been done a long time ago. But the attorneys are saying that it's going to take a while.
Yeah.
And it's not fair to you, and it's not fair to me or any of these board members because we've lost a lot of sleep over this. Okay, so
Right now, it's at the point where it lies in the hands of the state's attorney,
Right.
and it moves at what they feel comfortable moving with.
Okay, so based on like a public record, with court, okay, so you can do a search on any county website for if I get a ticket and I have to appear.
correct.
Haven't found anything related to Woodsmoke.
Because it's under investigation.
So basically charges at this point, it's up to the state's attorney to file charges.
The state's attorney has to file the charges, and he won't file the charges until things have been given to him that he's asking for. And he might say, I need A, B, and C, and he looks at all of it, and he goes, okay, I'm gonna need to see D.
Correct.
I'm gonna need to see E.
Okay.
Don't worry about the next three, I need W, X, Y,
Yeah, no, I
so that's where we're at with it. It's a work in progress.
Yep. Sorry we can't answer you.
No, you're fine.
But we'd love to have this wrapped, I'd love to have this wrapped up.
Yeah, it's gonna be well.
I'd like to know what it feels like to sleep.
Stop threatening me like
I
that.
was just saying, like, I know how forensic accounts work and
Yeah.
computer procedures and phone procedures and subpoenas and citations and all that.
And we're in LaSalle County.
No, I don't.
No, we're in LaSalle
We're in
County.
LaSalle County. So, yeah.
All right, are there any other questions? Jesse?
Real quick, Ryan at 966, just a few maintenance questions. So now are you at liberty to say yes or no about improvements to the tennis court, volleyball court? Will there be?
Our goal is to make temporary improvements this year
Okay.
to especially the tennis courts.
Uh-huh.
And then we're gonna try to get them striped for pickleball.
Gotcha.
That you can, I think what we're gonna do, and this is coming from just my background from park districts, is to make sure, before we invest all the money in pickleball courts, we wanna make sure there really is, everybody says, yeah, I want it. Hey, I got my truck for sale, I wanna buy it. All right, I'm selling it, who wants to buy it?
Yeah, no.
Okay, I'm trading it in,
Right.
So there's ways we can put an anchor, we can crank the net, you wanna play, you bring a ratchet strap, you lower the net a little bit, it's not quite, but we're not running pickleball tournaments out here for the Olympics or anything. And we
Right.
can stripe the court. It's
Right.
paint, labor,
Right.
and putting an anchor in. And if we start to see these things really being used, then we can work with the board and say, okay, now there's justification, look at it, these pickleball courts are constantly in use.
Right.
So it's all on the radar. I actually looked at it all last fall. I worked with an asphalt company getting some budgetary prices. It just wasn't in this year's budget to fix them. But all of our courts and everything need attention. And that was another reason why that survey was sent out. We have money, where do we put it? If nobody mentions the basketball court and all that, okay, do we even bother with it? Do we just take the hoops down and turn it into additional parking? We say no, and I say no, but if 75% of the people say they don't use the basketball courts disappear. That's why the survey is so important, is because that's what drives us.
Right.
So to say, they're not gonna listen,
Right.
we're listening now,
Right. To piggyback off your latest comment, I don't know if I'm in the minority here, but I haven't seen a horseshoe thrown in 10 years.
That's why we took them out.
Okay, I
these are on the radar, and again, and even if we pull them out, there's, you don't just leave them, you gotta at least restore it to turf.
Right,
There's
right.
associated costs, could we do something better? Could it be bocce ball? Could it be additional parking for the west?
Right.
These are all things that are very real and now, they may not happen this year.
Right.
But yes, they're all things that have been addressed.
And then one final question, and it actually has, I just thought of it, and it's a good safety concern, is whenever the bands are playing, and I got kids, and I know there's a bunch of kids at that park right there, is there a way that we could do like a bridge or something? Because you got that ditch right there, and I've seen a lot of kids fall and hurt themselves. And it's so dark there, I'm not saying put lights up, because that'll attract bugs.
Well, there's actually one big light off the back of the building to light that playground up, and it does light it up very well.
Is there a way to put a bridge to go over that ditch?
We can,
Somebody will fall off the bridge.
yeah, we can look at it, maybe we can fill it, I don't know, but maybe we can set a small culvert pipe in it, cover it so it's more level. We can absolutely, I used to love that, I jumped on my bike before the playground was reconfigured, that was a great.
Yeah.
Well, we can definitely do that. And I just want to say, because you mentioned dances, I just want to make sure everybody knows, this year and going forward, we've changed our dances, our bands and everything. They're going to be done 7:30 to 11:30. We've shifted that a little bit. Couple reasons. One, maybe it entices some people who say 8 o'clock, that's too late to start. But maybe we grab some more people coming out. More importantly, how often have we been up there and everybody's like, one more song. Well, if we let that band play at 12:01, we just told all of you, it's okay to be loud at 12:01. So we don't allow that. So now by cutting it off at 11:30, there's time for that one more song. That's up to that band, their choice if they want to stay. So the new hours for bands are going to be 7:30 to 11:30.
Chris, you might be able to come and see it for a half hour.
Yeah.
There you go.
I get up at 1 o'clock
That's
in the
what
morning
we did.
during the
We did
week
just
for work,
for you.
so it's hard. It's hard.
So
Yeah.
there's only gonna be 5 bands this year, and then the band up here for the music festival, or the?
Yeah, we have I don't know if it's one of them, but we also have a DJ, like a karaoke DJ in there. And just so you know, there was some miscommunication in that schedule that went out in that spring book. There's gonna be a new schedule posted. We're working on getting all the details into there. It didn't have a good chunk of the events for this year. So there was what got sent to the printer, a couple people sent different things to the printer, and the printer printed something. It was a complete, nobody's at fault other than just it happened. So we're working on it. I actually just made a few changes this morning and set it back in the book or back up in the front office for the office girls on Monday to address. So we're going to be getting that out on Facebook, on our website, and everything else. So, yeah, no, there's a few more things that weren't out there. And the West Fest, we're going to have bands from 2 to 11. There's 2 bands playing.
Okay.
So it's going to be an all-day. And we'll have some DJ, not a DJ, but we'll have interim music from, I don't know, I'll stream something or whatever. So it's going to be all day
Perfect.
fun.
Was there anything in, on the plans for doing any more, road repairs, blacktopping?
Yes,
Like
yes.
around, like where I met.
We're gonna be doing them in the spring this year, so.
Speed bumps or anything being
Fall.
added to that?
In the fall. It's spring now.
Yeah, I know.
We're doing them now?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why we got the bids.
Okay. Yeah, no, we've had, our maintenance guys have gone out and assessed the worst areas, and we've gotten some pricing, and we're gonna have to funnel that down, because what we
Yeah,
think is a
yeah.
priority.
No, you can only do.
Yeah, the estimates that came in were a little bit more than what we budgeted for this year.
They got, they gonna add any speed bumps when they do this?
We are looking at doing temporary speed bumps, and when I say temporary, that means they'll come out seasonally to make the roads easier to plow.
Oh, yeah.
And then also if we deem that, okay, wow, this is, this area really needs it then, or
That would
or
be
holiday
nice.
weekends,
Speed bumps would- would be
So,
real
but just so
helpful.
everybody knows, they're not gonna be straight speed bumps anymore, they're gonna be running it at angles, when everybody
Yeah.
sees them. That's to save the leaf springs on our pump trucks, because the way that our trucks go over them so heavy and loaded, we crack leaf springs constantly, which is why
Yeah.
we're gonna angle them, so it's one tire, one tire, one tire, one tire, and the whole thing, the suspension isn't taking a load. So when you see them, don't think that somebody threw them down willy-nilly, they're gonna be angled for a reason.
I drove truck for 47 years. I know.
You understand? Yes.
I am old.
1211, okay. With roads, and I know it's been talked about, but the main hill here is going over the river. You cannot get a trailer up and down those roads.
Correct.
And please don't take any.
Yeah.
Well, I come in and out with the fifth wheel.
If you could come around this way for the time
It's
being,
actually not, I'm scraping on that too now.
get bigger tires.
So the only thing I'm thinking of airing down
Right.
on the truck and then air up once I pull up. But okay, and is the other way any easier? The
Yeah,
back
very
way?
few people have problems going around the other way. It's just that,
How frequently do you pull in and out?
My fifth wheel?
Yeah.
Well, my father's fifth wheel I'm pulling in and out quite often because it's in for repairs lately.
Okay.
So that's a,
Reason why I say is because I know where you're at.
yeah,
If we coordinate it, we can let you out the back gate.
yeah. Isn't that hill though pretty big too?
No, that's pretty.
Are
There
you
is,
pulling this with a Ford or a Dodge?
well, the Ford is the problem. The Dodge is never a problem.
Right, exactly.
But,
yeah.
But, so, yes, and we know that's an issue, and we've looked at it. We actually have several contractors that are looking at possibilities of how to repair it and all that, but that is for what needs to happen there, and we need to get rid of the culverts altogether and have that
Right.
free throwing, and it's gotta be concrete. That's not a cheap project, but it is it's definitely in at least my personal top 5 priorities to get fixed here in the next couple of years.
because I know I have a 28-foot trailer. You probably, if you know where I'm at, you know which one I
Yep.
have. And that thing I'm aiming out,
Yeah.
bottoming out.
Yep,
Where's the back gate?
yeah. Yeah, so keep in mind, if you know you're pulling in or out in advance, set it up, and we'd be more than happy to let you,
Alright.
let you out the back gate. During normal.
I just didn't
business
know with the
hours.
height, and, because with the black trailer wouldn't be a bad problem.
Right.
But the height, I
Do
didn't.
you know where the back gate is?
I think,
We bring trucks in and out of there now.
Yeah, we bring
Okay.
Aaron Miller comes in and out of there a lot with his big tree
Okay.
trucks and all that, so I
Oh,
would
he
think
did,
you're fine,
okay.
but,
Should be
take a
fine.
drive back there and see.
okay.
If you can't find it, you'll find it
But
eventually.
yeah, we can
Yeah, I
definitely,
think I found it.
yeah.
But it comes out on this road that's on the side, right?
The north side of
Yeah.
the park, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Got one more question. Before Memorial Weekend, is it able to get P2 parking lot restriped so people can see this, where to park and not to park? I know there's issues there.
We restriped it last year, twice, I did it personally.
I don't.
Yeah, every parking stall in this park got restriped last year by myself.
But maybe look at it.
And I did 2 coats on everything because it hadn't been done and it disappeared real fast the first one.
And
But
depending on the weather too, if the field is still dry out there, we will be parking on them ball fields.
Yeah,
We'll
we've
have-
got a plan for that, so we'll be parking on there.
We're gonna be working on that, so that there is a little bit more parking, and a little easier, so it's not so congested in that area.
We're hoping to see, and another thing, and I know it's hard for a lot of people, but, you know, we encourage you, this is what it's like, walk to the dances. It gives you time to work off some of that beer before you get back to the trailer.
Don't you run out of beer before you get there?
Is having a shuttle, like a hayride, picking people and taking.
We've talked about it, we don't know if we're gonna be able to do it, but we've talked about it.
Brian, you say walk to the party, to the bands. If you're up here, you're gonna have porta potties on the way, cause you're getting rid of all that beer, walk, I mean, you got a place to go, you know?
No, it just makes you walk faster to get
Yeah, you
there.
walk fast, you're home before you know
Or meet a lot of people along the way, become friends.
it. You get to know your friends.
I need to borrow your drink.
That was the last question we heard, right?
Yeah.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Seconded? All in favor? Aye. Thank you.